this thing if it ever starts to activate. That's nice. There you go. Alright, you been joining us? Posted that, yeah. Joy and excitement about the spiritual community. I have another one. Part 2 has been completed. I might add more to it, we'll see. Yeah. Striking back. Some of the spiritual insights I have of in my own experiences with some of these spiritual, whatever they call themselves. They put the face out there, but then there's somebody else behind the scenes. Yeah, don't cross me. I just started. I crossed somebody, one of those channelers there. He's not in the video, but those guys they're so slimy. Nobody's perfect, but you have to be slime. I guess so. Priscilla's here. Hi, Priscilla. You show up for your job, co-pilot. So, yeah, part 2 coming out. I'm not going to go into much of that. Yeah, the video was going to, because I posted a video, if you're not aware, of kind of a parody of spiritual community. I got another one coming. That one might be a little bit more detailed. I'm trying not to go too hardcore. Yeah, you never know. Softball it for right now. 2037, things will get better. What the fuck is that shit? Yeah, who comes up with this crap? And then people, what's worse, people believe it. It's kind of a terrifying sight. Kind of jumping around a little bit though. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Yeah, I was going to do part 2 of the other video I did about the people getting evacuated, sent into Mars and Moon, but it turned into spiritual community parody. So, anyway, some backstory on that. So the U.S. has, this isn't well known, of submarines around Russia. I would imagine they already had them there, but they made it more public, just in case for war. Anything can happen there. Yeah, anything. They want to stop the Ukraine war. So, and Putin just keeps giving Trump the middle finger on that one. Yeah, because like Iran, that's a big deal, but it's small compared to Russia. And with Russia, obviously they have to strike first for the U.S. to do anything, but the U.S. is ready to do something there. So, and yeah, they're preparing for war, I feel, behind the scenes, but it doesn't mean they'll do it. Who knows? But they are, and society here is falling apart. In case you haven't noticed, more than usual. It's almost like AI is going to be like the only thing left of us at some point. Be like a generic version of reality. They'll have like remnants of the past. Doesn't mean we'll be gone from this world completely, but well, some of us will be. Especially if I keep saying the shit I'm saying, someone's gonna take me out one of these days. Especially spiritual community and all their karma. Yeah, those in the spiritual community, those are like really manipulating the shit out of people. Some of them are connected to like Mother Earth. Mother Earth does not exactly have the most positive frequency, in case you haven't noticed that. Not something I talk about ever. But she can be, I mean, obviously it's all perspective, but in my perspective, she's got to be one of the darkest beings on in this universe, or the darkest. We can blame humanity all day long, but the bed there to be this bad is laid out by Mother Earth. It's whatever you want to say about her. That's why some channelers are like, she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, so these spiritualists that are here, being the shit out of people. Some of them, one of them for sure, is intertwined with her energy. That could be Mother Earth herself, as far as I know. I wouldn't be surprised. So how you getting away with this shit? Well, if you're part of a fractal of Mother Earth and her dark side, obviously she has a light side, but obviously the dark side is pretty obvious. And all this new Earth shit comes from Mother Earth too. It's all twisted, freaking psychotic. Telling people are going to have a new Earth and all that when it's never going to happen. I mean, that's pretty twisted, right? That's coming from Mother Earth. She has every right to fuck with everybody. I mean, why not? You're on her planet, so what the fuck does she care? I don't give a fuck. It's like, playing her little schemes here. You think it's, and if they don't believe that, which a lot of people probably don't believe that, how dark she really is, they just blame humanity for everything. Not to say humans who are perfect or anything, but when you have like an Archon Mother Earth that's just demonic as a motherfucker. And you have naive people here that don't see anything. Programmed by the church. Which makes sense. I mean, if you're dark, if you're a dark planet and you like it, you don't want people taking that shit away. You're gonna fuck people up. That made things more difficult. I'm not gonna change my ways. Those people here that have kids that are extremely difficult, like psychotic, like just self-sabotage, it's like, yeah, that's Mother Earth's frequency. Fuck you. So, it's true. If you believe it or not, it's another story. So, but also in the title of this is Souls That. This cat is just too funny. Hello there, Priscilla. Almost feels like she's becoming human. I get, well, it makes sense. She's around us. Cat animals are around us. They start acting like people in some ways. Of course, cats are what? Yeah, they're West Archon. They can break out of the Archon stuff because they're, independent. It does, F off half the time, right? Well, there's a reason for that. They're independent, so they don't fall for all this stuff. So that's a good thing. I wonder what kangaroos are. Punch in the face. But the souls that get sold, like somebody like me, like they're attacking me like crazy, like forever. Archon energy is just to block me from everything. So a lot of stuff's not working, so it's all falling apart. So I'm seeing things a little bit more clearly for now, at least. Hopefully it stays that way. I'm getting tired of it. Man, they hit me with everything they got. I'm just not going. But yeah, what I'm getting from that attack too is that in Astral, souls get sold. I don't think obviously you have human trafficking and all that, but there's that. That's fucked up. But and that's part of it. That's what those that those that either take their life, their suicide, or whatever it might be, or they sold themselves out, and like Britney Spears or something like that. Like somebody like Britney Spears can be sold, passed around. It's kind of messed up, used for their talents and so on. Like, what I'm getting is, because I have like an aunt and an uncle, or I have an uncle that's through blood. He's kind of a scumbag. Okay, he is a scumbag. Kind of a successful loser. But he married who's now my aunt. She's just through blood. I forget. I don't know what they call that. But anyway, auntie or something. I don't fucking know. But anyway, I feel like he bought her, which is messed up. I don't know if it was an agreement. Maybe here it was an agreement, but astrally, yeah, it's messed up. Or they can actually buy a soul. Highest bidder type of thing. I mean, they put themselves on an auction block or something like that, or like slave owning, right? But you can do it astrally. And realize these souls gave up on themselves. Just because, I mean, you had slave owning. I mean, in the past here physically, and you still have it. You just don't show it so much. So. No, not to say every marriage is like that, but some are. Just like anything else. Like, not everybody is a slave, but there's different versions of it and so on. But I think, like, even those people that sell themselves out, like, they have no talent whatsoever, but they have, like, a bunch of followers on YouTube or whatever, and they have a business selling crap. That's a sellout. But, of course, they don't really have. They might have that for fun for now, but then their soul is kind of stuck in some kind of screwed up contract that they might not be able to get it out of ever. Who knows? Or just dissolve that soul together because it's fucked basically. Of course, it won't get dissolved. It'd be used until the contract's up. So, but yeah, people sell themselves out for power and things like that, or for looks. And it's kind of like the Little Mermaid, where she's she's there and has the evil queen. She just, signs her life away. She had everything she needed. No, she needs to, and then she loses her voice. But yeah, so even with that, you lose something. Once you sell yourself away, and then you have somebody that's owning you, but you don't break free, just like it in the movies. It's not that easy. Of course, it has a happy ending there. So it's funny how Disney. It makes sense with somebody like Disney. It's actually showing you kind of how it works. Because you don't see that very often. You don't see souls selling themselves out very often. Not entertainment-wise. It's not like I haven't gone around researching it, but say what you want about Disney and all their guys' corruption, but they have to kind of show themselves too with what they're screwing around with. So. And they should know. They should definitely know. Even of course these corporations too that are not doing well financially, like they used to, like these big brands, not to mention names, and they're not doing so well. So they're not doing well on manipulating the matrix. They're now. Now, is it like they don't know how to do it, or they don't want to do it? They want to cut back on being a soul-sucking parasite. It all depends, or they just suck at manipulating people. But they're not big corporations that aren't doing so well are like, they're just not. They're not contributing to the matrix like others are. You see like popular brands, even like Coke or whatever it is. It keeps you, in the system, right? And there's a coffee shop I go to. I know I go there for a reason to battle, and I do get attacked and all that. I go there for a reason because it is a big brand. It's like, fuck those people. That's where the succubus is. I don't know if that has something to do with it. I don't fucking know. It could. It's become more deserted. So either way, just to give you some perspective of that, if you are not aware of it. Like I say, I see some of these marriages. A lot of them have been, sold to somebody there, for whatever reason. And like I say, so if they sold themselves in this life for, they're on the auction block due to a past life of selling, like I say, selling themselves out for their looks. Like they want to be very attractive, and they don't want to just work on it or something. It's like, fuck it, I'll just sell myself out. And so they get, it's like once you sell yourself out, I imagine there's a way of breaking it, but you have to do things you don't want, whatever it is. Like, do I don't know, spiritual work and get trashed by everybody. I don't know, whatever it is. Do something right? And of course, that doesn't always work out, but whatever. Obviously, yeah. Some don't want to do that. Just stay sold out forever. They're pleased, but they're selling out. It's like the corporation of a sellout. Yeah, even certain individuals that they become like a corporation themselves, like a profile, and others have the same profile of like of a cell. Their characteristics there. It's sad. It's just like an empty vessel profile. I'm not going into all the details of that, but either way, I've seen through my Archon attacks, I've seen an Archon profile attacked on me, and I can see it in other places. I'm not looking for it, I just pick up on it. It's like, that's kind of fucked up. They were just using it. It wasn't used against me, but, it's like the profile is like it's like an attack. It's just like like some of these rich billionaires and all of that can be a succubus frequency to suck the wrong people in, just to keep people in the matrix. It's all kinds of debutantes, attractive debutantes used to weaponize and attack others. Whatever. It's all archon archetypes. Fucking name, man. Yeah, it's pretty twisted. So like, what's the end game of all this? Obviously, what I've been feeling, I haven't made it public, but yeah, society is breaking down little by little, and maybe by this year we'll see a major breakdown, because it's already falling apart. It's falling apart for a while, and we might see some major changes, but before the end of the year, it's hard to say. It's too early to tell. It's we're already, it's really hard to say where things are heading right now. Yeah, obviously you can't make it known, but it just feels society itself, it's in a rut. Of course, it's been that way for a while, but I feel like it's worse than usual. So, anyway. That's it for right now. Okay, alright, bring in somebody. I don't know. Mother Earth. Mother Earth's a psychotic Mother Earth. I guess it's more neutral connection to Mother Earth. Of course, you have these spiritual gurus. Well, them are so fucked up. They're all high and everything, and lost, and it shows. It really shows. All these spiritual groups that are popular that should be in the dumpster. It shows how many are checked out. It's gotta be you, right? You gotta be whatever that is. More power to you on that one. I mean, you want to be popular, I guess. Do they need to be proud of? No. I mean, if you want to evolve, we're not seeing that. Not in those groups. Now we're just stuck in the secret space program victim academy of going nowhere. Egotistical energies, manipulations, all kinds, just all bullshit, basically. I mean, not to say there's not truth there, not to say there's not trauma there, and that is true, but all this freaking religious bullshit. It's just podcasts are all manipulated, these YouTube channels, just manipulations. Yeah, it's gross. Instead, they're not helping it, they're just serving themselves. How long that's going to last is another story. That's hard to say. Of course, religion's been going on forever, so how can this stuff go away? So that's the thing. But no, I can't worry about that. Let the succubus be the succubus it needs to be. Something to be proud of. Yeah, you can put that on your merit badge of existence. Those that can break free, please do. Those that are in there, that's running those groups, yeah, their souls are pretty much screwed. I don't know if they really care. But yeah, well, those that are running those secret SSP stuff, on the YouTube and whatever, yeah, the souls are probably gone from checked out a long time ago. More power to them, right? Yeah, because instead of like helping others, it's like taking the wound and making it worse. Maybe there's some help there here and there, probably, maybe. But a lot of it's just making things worse, and they fucking know it. So, anyway, none of my business. So, anyway, we're going to, just keeping people confused. Going to the felines. Oh no, I was going to channel Mother Earth. Sure, why not? Do a neutral connection of Mother Earth. The Wicked Witch is a whatever. Whatever the fuck that is. Yeah. Of course, take it for wherever you want. But like I say, look at this world as like, I can say Mother Earth's a victim all day long. You can go ahead and do that, but I don't know. Yeah, she is, in my opinion, she's the baddest of them all. Probably the worst being in this universe. I wouldn't doubt it. She's the darkest being in this. Yeah, I could definitely see that. And all this, like I say, all this New Age stuff is all just nonsense. Just, all the New Earth. Just a con job from Mother Earth. Just laughing her ass off. She's not going to change. She's a druggie. So, anyway, where this is all heading, I don't know. I guess we'll know soon enough, I guess. Maybe. So, anyway, alright, going to Mother Earth's energy on a neutral connection. Yeah, hooray. Blessings. Green, see, this is Mother Earth frequency. Yes, to test souls it's up to you to see what you want to see. As you can see, many do see what they have a viewpoint that works for them. It doesn't mean it's the truth. There might be pieces of it or denial. Many here are in denial of the world that they're in. Many just ignore it, live with it, and try to find some peace and happiness in a world that is just trying to consume your frequency. Of course, there are beings here that are here to take advantage of the situation, and it is welcomed here due to basically is finding your darkness, basically. Say the Mother Earth agenda. It's just obviously you see a being that finds her darkness, and it's up to you to search for yours and to make peace with it or to heal it or whatever you want. But it's basically to not necessarily root out darkness, but to have it be seen by others, and you decide how long you want it. And many didn't realize they had this much darkness within themselves, and healing it is not as easy. It's like a fire that won't go out. It can go out, but it just you have to have certain you have to go about it a certain way. You can't do it with water. You have to find some other way. You can use your thoughts to put it out. But that is to let go of your old ways. But of course there is a light frequency here, and that can be also dull. it's not always exciting. That's why darkness exists. Darkness feels like it owns everything. It is more powerful until it's not. Well, because it does, yes, powerful to some level, but then it, yes, begins to get ugly, and yes, it might have to do magic to appear attractive. As some of you have seen in your movies, when you remove the spell, it's just some old crinkly person there. Not all cases, but some people are natural beauties and so on, but others are putting a facade on. And yes, you're here to, you know, I can say master the Mother Earth frequency, to overcome it, see more of yourself, what you can learn from all of this, and just make you a better person. Doesn't mean you're going to change the Mother Earth frequency. Think again. But you can, change your frequency for the better. As many dive into this earth plane to learn more about themselves, but when they do so, they get lost. And they can't find their way out. It's like incarnating into a forest. Yes, it might seem all love and light to some layers, but also shows darkness. Of course, this forest goes on, and yes, eventually it'll show all its pieces, all its cards at some point, but not yet. But I say that's why you're here, to, as difficult, and of course there's beings that don't want you here, is that, you have, yes, the terminology, you have all these cards laid out, we'll just use that, and you're slowly flipping them over, warning about yourself and also the environment. And yes, there's many cards. So you're getting slow truths here. Now some of you can reach truths, handle it, but others are like, oh no, I don't want to hear that. That's what I say in these spiritual groups so long. They feel, even it's deception there, they feel safer there than the rest of the world. It's like, I don't want to go out to the rest of the world. I don't want to see that. I feel more comfy and warm where I am now. If I go out there, I don't know if I can handle it. And some of you just say, "Oh, to hell with it." And no, you can't handle it, but you find some way of handling it. As disgusting as it all is. So it's those of you that are flipping one card over, one at a time, revealing your reality, or the reality that you're in, and so on. It's, yes, you have to go through, by going through a forest, you're going to have challenges, or a game. And obviously there's beings that don't want you to reveal. Yes, you get to a certain level, like in a video game, yes, you're fighting the boss, and you feel like it's too late, you can't win this, but if you just continue on, as horrible as it is, there is a light at the end of the tunnel at some point. They can't do these things forever. But of course they can. So if you learn, they can attack you for quite some time. Maybe years. Centuries. But eventually it all starts. And that's why some of you incarnate some of the worst situations ever. It's like you're right in the middle of the game, as difficult as it is, but of course you've already had experiences here. You wouldn't be in the middle of the game from nothing. Instead of starting from the beginning, you've already done that in other incarnations and come into the middle, where, you have a difficult upbringing, because you can have a nice upbringing, but if you want to get further, deeper into the game, you have the hellish upbringing. Yes, incarnate a mother as an archon being, yes, maybe she's the devil herself, or so on, or somebody is. It's difficult family members. They're to munch on your soul, trying to take you out, and so on. You survive that, and you're on your way. It's difficult. It might be a one-way path, but it's also a path of redemption. Also clearing out or helping others learn about themselves, and so on. There's much more to this, but it is a journey, as you can see. One that's not clear, because, yes, it's like you're here blindfolded, as many of you know. And many of you want to see more, but as you're going to the future, you're practically blindfolded. Yes, you have your senses and all of that, and your senses increase, but you're also, think of like your healing darkness, not just within yourself, but the darkness that's around. Because there weren't the entities that are attacking weren't from you, which is messed up when you think about it. You're actually, and there might not be physical here. A lot of them are not. They're seeing that you are not giving in to all their trickery. You might to some level, but either way, you get through it. And it's like, wow, I didn't think that was possible. It's like I would have lost my mind already, and some of you might have, but you still survived it. So as hellish as it is, they don't want you to succeed. As you continue forward, obviously the entities are telling you you won't succeed. Just keep telling you to shut down, die, and all that. Of course, they're going to do that, but that means you're getting closer to what you're here to reveal for yourself and others. And the idea is revealing for others too. Of course, it doesn't mean they'll believe anything, but you believe it within yourself because you're in the task of just unlocking the darkness here. You could say, bring in some light. Like you're opening up the curtains, but getting to those curtains is easier than it's easier than like yes, all the way across the room, but you have to go through one booby trap to the other to get to it. We are here to bring in some more light, to heal darkness here, not to remove it, but to let others see themselves more clearly and help answer some of their questions within themselves that they're already trying to get answers for, they can't seem to find it. So it's not just a quest for yourself, it's a quest for others.